to the All Things Good channel and to another video, the vlog that nearly never was. Hope you're all doing very well this week. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. Finally some sunshine for this lovely Easter weekend. Happy Easter to you all. Got the back door open, the fresh air coming in, the sunshine. I've had some beautiful flowers from Paul. And generally all things are now good. However, the vlog that nearly never was, unfortunately, at the start of this week, yours truly managed to somehow come down with the most horrendous sort of stomach virus, I think, or stomach flu, possibly food poisoning. But to cut a long story short, and some of you already know, I've had an awful vomiting bug, which is just not like me at all. I can't remember the last time I was sick. It was probably about 15 years ago. So completely not like me. It's completely thrown me. And I thought there was definitely not going to be a vlog for you this week, other than what we did last weekend. Of course, it was Grace's birthday, and we went out for something to eat, and then on Sunday Paul made us a lovely home cooked meal, so I've got that to show you in this week's video. Unfortunately, at the end of the week I have much improved and have been able to go out, so I've done a little trip to the range and a trip to TK Maxx. Nothing like a bit of retail therapy to make a girl feel better. And I did put a post up on YouTube the other day, as you know, because I was panicking, thinking we weren't going to have a vlog, so a chatty Q&A instead might be the way to go. And some of you have very kindly sent me some questions, so I'm going to answer those in our moment on the bed. So let's get into this week's video. I hope you enjoy it. Well, the weekend started lovely. Adam returned home. He got to meet Paul for the first time. Grace improved, and we were able to go out for a lovely birthday meal for her. We went to a pretty local pub called the Bull's Head, which is in Shenstone, just outside of Sutton Coldfield. A great selection on their menu, and Adam was able to choose from a good selection of vegetarian food as well. The birthday celebrations carried on Sunday with a beautiful home-cooked meal by the Invisible Chef, of course, a fantastic beef Wellington with a vegetarian option for Adam as well. I did contribute a little bit. I made the pancakes. I shall link it all down below for you. By the end of the week, I was starting to feel a bit better, and Paul asked me if I'd like a little bit of retail therapy. Well, how could I resist? So he needed a few things from the range, so we went to the range in West Bromwich and had a decent look round at all the goodies, and lots of Easter things on display as well. So I'm in TK Maxx and I'm actually looking for a birthday present for Adam's girlfriend, but it's proving to be a bit tricky today. But I have found a nice notebook. I think a candle as well, perhaps. Well, I can honestly say those 2 trips to the range and TK Maxx have completely worn me out. I am so much better, so much better, but my energy levels haven't returned yet. And today is the first day my appetite has returned. So I've managed to lose 4 pounds this week. So I guess there's a silver lining to anything, isn't there? But yeah, I was just going to show you what we picked up in TK Maxx, and just gifts actually, because Adam, whilst he's home this week, which is lovely, although it's been a shame that I've been poorly, haven't spent that much time with him. He's actually seeing his girlfriend this weekend because it's her birthday, and then she goes back to Germany for part of her studies. He comes back home again for a few days, and then it goes back to his university until the summer. So he's seeing her this weekend, Easter weekend. So we picked up a few bits and pieces. I didn't buy anything for myself in the range this week. That was a bit more of a trip for Paul, who still needed some household things, and his house is coming along great. So we're super excited about that. But the things we got in TK Maxx are, first of all, this beautiful, and I love it, and I actually wish I'd picked one up for myself. It's only $4.99, this beautiful mug. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's hand painted. $4.99, it's really big. You can get a really decent cup of tea or coffee in there. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's got a little gift tag already on it, to and from. So I thought that was really nice. Well picked by Adam, that one was. Adam also picked a nice blouse for his girlfriend, and here it is. She's so tiny. This is a size 10, and I think it might be too big for her. I think she's about an 8, but anyway, really nice. It's sort of a silk material with this lovely purple and yellow flower pattern on, and it is from the Love and Designer label in TK Maxx. I thought that was really nice, and I can see her in that. It's very her. So that was another well-picked personal gift from Adam. And he also got, oh, how much was the top? Hang on, let me tell you. So my brain's not functioning at all. $24.99. So a very nice gift, that one. And the next one he got was $7.99, and it's this Panata planter. What an idea. You know, like the panatas you can get. Well, this is a Panata planter. I'm not going to open it because it is a gift, but it says add a smash of colour to your home, and I thought that was just really different. It's quite quirky, isn't it? Again, a nice gift. $7.99 that was. And then I got her this candle that you saw in the little clip there, and it is floral blossom daisy petals, and it's actually also a planter itself. And I wonder if I can open this without disturbing it too much, so I'll show you this. So when you've finished with it as a candle, you can have it as a little planter as well. I never thought about that before, you know, using the jars that your candles are in. For so many other things you can use them for afterwards, but to turn that into a little planter as well with a little nice green planting would look lovely, wouldn't it? And that is daisy fresh, and it's really fresh, from the aromatherapy company. So I think she'll really like that. So I'll package that back up as it came so that we don't have a broken present. $7.99. Should have been $17.99, that one. Fab. And then I also got her, for her studies if you like, a Kate Spade spiral notebook, which I thought was quite cool looking, I thought. So that's just like a little extra, and that was actually $8.99, RIP $14.99. And then a very bright birthday card. That was kind of a nice one, and that was £2.49, RRP £4.50. I wouldn't spend £4.50 on a card, I don't think, normally. I don't think I would. There's plenty of cheap cards about, isn't there? But I really like that one. So those are the few little bits we picked up from TK Maxx, and I'm going to go and have a sleep now. So here we are, having a moment on the bed. What a funny old week this has been. But these things come to try us, and fortunately, all seems to have settled down. The sun is shining, and it's Easter weekend. And I love Easter weekend. Actually, Easter was my sister's favourite time of year. She actually preferred Easter to Christmas. And I think it's because it's that new beginnings, isn't it? And I always really feel that spring has sprung as soon as it's Easter. And I do find something very special about Easter. And the fact that we've got a lovely sunny weekend for it as well makes it lovely. So I hope whatever you're doing, you're having a lovely weekend. And because I was a bit poorly at the start of the week and I wasn't sure how long this vlog was going to be, or if indeed a vlog would be coming out this week, I posted on YouTube a little message and said, you know, we could do a Q&A. And there was a few people that kindly sent me through some questions. So I'll address that now. Alex and Rossa and Christine sent me 3 very interesting questions. And the first one was, why did I end up living in Chester? And why have I moved to the Midlands, or Staffordshire actually I'm in. And I didn't actually live in Chester. I lived about 15 miles outside of Chester in a little village called Davenham, which is actually closer to Northwich in Cheshire. And the reason I lived there was a few months before I moved there, I got married. I was still living in Birmingham at the time. I'm originally from a little town called Walsall, which is in the West Midlands. And I was working in Birmingham where I met my now ex-husband, and we worked together and we got married. And just after we got married, he was given a promotion, but it was within the same company that he was already working for, but it was based in their Liverpool branch. So we had to relocate, and it was questionable as to actually whether we relocated to Liverpool, but I didn't want to be that far away from my family. And so we kind of hit upon Cheshire, which meant he had a bit of a drive to work. I think it used to take him about 35, 40 minutes, something like that, to get to work. But it meant that I was pretty close to the motorway network and I could easily jump down and come back to Birmingham as and when I wanted, and it was easy for my family to come and see me. So we picked Cheshire, and that's why I moved to Cheshire. But I was there for about, I think I was there for about 6 or 7 years, might have been a bit less than that. And then ex-husband's promotion became another promotion within the same company, but again, moving offices. This time he was relocating to Derby. And I didn't want to live in Derby, and I didn't really want to leave Cheshire. By this point, I'd established a really good group of friends. I'd had both the children whilst living there, and whilst they were only babies, I'd kind of settled into the Cheshire life. So coming away from that, I thought, well, I'd prefer to be closer to my family while the children are small. So we kind of ummed and ahed about it, and then chose Lichfield, which meant that my husband was able to commute to Derby quite easily from Lichfield, again about 35, 40 minutes, and that's what he was already used to. And Lichfield was only half an hour from where my family were in Walsall, because they stayed within that region. So that's what brought me to Lichfield, and I've been here ever since. So as soon as I moved back to Lichfield, it was very, very shortly after moving back, actually, we got divorced, but I decided to stay in the Lichfield area. I didn't want to return to Walsall, and I've been here ever since. So that's the reason I moved to Cheshire, and the reason I moved back again. So thank you for that question. And the next question was, am I going to take up singing again? Now, there's certainly no plans in the pipeline. I haven't sang professionally for some years, but I can still sing, I think. I haven't done it publicly for a long time, but I do love singing, and I still sing around the house and in the shower and in the bath and all of that. And I do love it. And you'll probably find me on the odd karaoke from time to time, but I haven't done it professionally or publicly for sometimes. There's no plans in the pipeline, but never say never. I'd never say never. If something cropped up or there was a reason to, I would. So you never know. You never do know. I don't think I'm young enough to be in a pop group anymore, but I certainly wouldn't say I wouldn't have any objection, or wouldn't say no to, perhaps if I got back into the theatre, doing a musical. That's where I started really, and that would be my first love. So possibly, but nothing planned. Thank you for that question. And the next one, which was the big one, and I've had to think about it, and I don't really have one answer for it. But the next question was, if I had one wish, what would I wish for? Oh boy, did I have to really think about this one. And I've got two answers, so sorry about that, to the one wish, which is probably not fair, is it? But there's an unrealistic answer and there's a realistic answer. Well, hopefully it's a realistic answer, but the unrealistic answer would be, if I had one wish, I would wish to be in a room sat with my dad and my sister and my granny, who are no longer with us, as you know. I would wish for 1 hour sitting down with them and to have one final conversation where I could say just everything I would want to say, knowing that I'd only got 1 hour with them. So, you know, all the I love yous and all the things that I'd just love to be able to chat about. I really miss just picking up the phone to my sister or texting her going, you know, how you doing? Basically, how you doing? And I really miss conversations with my dad. We were very similar and we could have really good, deep conversations, me and my dad. So I really miss that. So yeah, my biggest wish would be if I could have an hour with them to have a conversation. But that's the unrealistic answer. And the realistic answer would be, one wish is to just be content and at peace with my life, really. And I'm certainly getting that way, and I'm certainly feeling so much more positive, and life has a lot of purpose, and happiness is key to going forward. And it's been a decade of ups, well, lots of downs, a few ups and downs, but lots of things have gone on. And just to have some peace and contentment and happiness is just the ultimate wish for me, and that my family are happy, healthy and loved, obviously, which they are. So yeah, kind of the kind of answers I think you'd probably expect, but that would be my realistic wish. And I think that wish is pretty much coming true actually now. I think I'm finding a good balance in my life, and things are all good. So that's good. So yeah, this week's video, we got it there. We got one out in the end, didn't we? Oh my God, what a week. No explanation as to what happened to me at the start of the week. But anyway, it's over and done with now, and everybody else has been fine. Grace has finally improved from her awful tonsillitis that she had. It's been really prolonged. But she finally turned the corner at the weekend for her birthday, and since then has continued to improve, and she's absolutely fine now. So I'm going to enjoy the last few days I have with Adam at home. The sun is shining, as I said, so hopefully get out and about, perhaps have a nice walk or do something nice at some point. And Nancy's absolutely fine, although you haven't seen much of her or any of her in this week's video, but that's unfortunately because I couldn't get out at the start of the week. But she's absolutely fine. I'm going to treat her to a nice Easter Sunday lunch today, and yeah, hopefully things will settle down and I'll have lots more to show you next week, and hopefully I'll be out and about more, and I might even get in that garden, do some jobs, and definitely definitely got some shopping to do. I've got some more holiday bits and pieces that I want to get, and I will hopefully get those delivered this week. Again, there's a bit of a delay on at the moment. I've ordered some things from Next, and this is the second time they've really delayed me recently. I don't know what it is. I don't know if any of you have experienced that with Next recently. They're normally really good, but I'm getting 1-2 week delays with them at the moment. Maybe it's our local couriers, I don't know. But hopefully I'll have some goodies to show you as well. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I'm sorry it's a bit of a mishmash of a video, but at least we got there in the end, and I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you are all well and doing all things good. So I will clock off for now, and I will get cracking on to next week's vlog, quite frankly, because there's a lot to do. I'm also going to do quite a bit of cleaning this week as well, and I'm going to show you a sort of really deep clean on how to deep clean the house after there's been illness in the house and things like that. So we'll do a bit of a good old deep spring clean, I think. So until next Sunday, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. And I look forward to seeing you next week, and until then, take care. Thank you for joining me. Bye.